Now, I already know that I'm going to get a lot of Tesla bulls and shareholders hating on me for making this video. But at the end of the day, I do have to be honest with this channel, and with Tesla stock, there is a chance that it could crash big. And I'm just going to put this quote out here by the genius behind Tesla, Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk said this. He said, Tesla and Ford remain the only American car companies who haven't gone bankrupt. And everyone knows that with car companies, you're playing an extremely tough game and you're in an extremely tough business. Now, over the past 10 years, the economy has been absolutely thriving, let's be honest, but that does not mean that in the next 5 to 10 years that it will continue to do so. And if the economy starts to slow down, guess what, guys? Some companies could be in big trouble. And I think Tesla might be one of them. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for making this video. So if there are some people out there who like to see the full picture on these stocks, please could you drop a like on this video. But, let's be honest, we do have to look at both the positives and the negatives with the stock we analyzed. And essentially with Tesla, yes, I do see a lot of positives, but there are 3 main reasons why it could potentially crash big. Okay, the first thing that we need to think about when the economy starts to slow down is how much debt does our company have? Okay, because what happens when the economy slows down, interest rates start to increase because the Fed tries to boost up the economy, and increased interest rates means the payments on your debt starts to increase. And if you don't have the assets to pay for these increased payments, well, things can turn to custard. And if we look at Tesla's debt, well, I can't say I'm exactly impressed with those numbers. Short-term debt and the current version of long-term debt is $2.5 billion, and then the long-term debt is $9.4 billion. So that's what? It's about $11.9 billion in debt obligations. Then on top of this, Tesla now have raised some more debt of $1.6 billion because they're still burning through a lot of money. So they've got a lot of debt on their hands. If the economy slows down, this is going to cause trouble for Tesla. And guys, I do just want to look at Tesla's balance sheet as a whole to give a fuller picture on the debt and the assets. So the first thing we need to do is compare the current assets to current liabilities, because it shows us how safe a stock is in the short term. So current assets are currently $8.3 billion, and compare this to current liabilities, which is $9.9 billion. So Tesla actually have more current liabilities and the things that they owe compared to the current things that they own. Does that make sense? So that is a tough position to be in as a company, because it essentially means you can't afford the things that you own. And this is the reason why Tesla had to raise more money. So really, Elon Musk and his accountants, they're playing an interesting game here. Like, I get that you need a lot of money to produce cars and make your factories and all of that, but really, when you get to a point where you have more current liabilities than current assets, it's not exactly a great situation to be in. Because if, for example, say something bad happens and, oh no, the economy slows down, you make less sales, you have higher debt payments, then let's be honest, Tesla could crash. But this is not the only reason why Tesla has the potential to crash. So first reason is because of their, let's just say, not too flattering balance sheet. The second reason is the next thing that could cause Tesla to crash is the fact that they rely so much on just one man, Elon Musk. Ever heard of him? I personally would call him the Thomas Edison of the 21st century, and arguably his greatest creation is the company called Tesla. But the problem here is Tesla relies so much on just this one man, okay? He's the brains behind the company, and he's one of the biggest reasons why there is such a high demand for Tesla vehicles in general, because people want to buy cars made by the genius Elon Musk. He doesn't even really market his products. But the problem is Elon Musk has, let's just say, a little known habit for getting himself into a little bit of trouble every now and again. And as I'm sure most of you guys know this already. And this often causes people to want to get rid of Elon Musk as the CEO and the chairman of the company. In fact, he actually got removed as the chairman of Tesla late 2018 because of the infamous tweet of his, which is Tesla stock funding secured at 420. And then obviously what happened next was the SEC, they kicked up a storm and they dropped Elon Musk as the chairman. But, the real worry would be if Elon Musk got dropped as the CEO and could no longer lead the company anymore. This could have a dramatic effect on the stock because, as I say, he is a big reason why so many people are interested in Tesla and are buying Tesla vehicles. So obviously, as Tesla shareholders, we do just have to cross our fingers that Elon Musk does not do anything silly that will result in him getting dropped as CEO. So, stay away from that weed on Joe Rogan. Nah, just kidding. Actually, just do whatever you do because it obviously works. And the last reason why Tesla could potentially crash big is because they're selling for a reasonably high share price. And by that, I don't mean that Tesla stock is not worth more than what it is. Actually, in fact, I think it could be worth a lot more and could grow. But what I am saying is that this share price does have the potential of crashing. And that's just the honest truth of it. So throughout Tesla's history, they have had 2 profitable quarters. The highest profitable quarter has been $311 million. So Tesla have proved that they can, at least in the near term, produce $311 million of profit per quarter. And that equates to $1.2 billion of earnings for the year. That means Tesla could potentially have a price to earnings ratio of 37.5. That's if we divide Tesla's market cap by those earnings, okay? And yes, there is a lot of assumptions in that calculation, I know, but we do have to go with some figures that we have already. So, if we look at stocks like Ford or Toyota or BMW, they have PE ratios of 13, of 7.5, and of 6.8. So, even Tesla's potential PE ratio is a lot higher than the current PE ratios of pretty much all of those companies. And that is why I say Tesla does have the potential to crash, because at the moment they do not have solid earnings to rely upon as a business. And one way we can tell this is the fact that they recently had to go out and borrow more money, sell stock, and get into more debt to get more money. So let me just tell you something. When you own a business, when you own a stock, at least in the short term, if a company is not producing solid, reliable earnings and is selling for such a high share price, that does mean it has the potential to crash, because you could just put your money in other car companies that already have these solid earnings and solid revenue figures. But the interesting thing between these companies and Tesla is the fact that they don't have as much potential as Tesla, okay? I mean, the world is, I would say, quite likely to adopt electric vehicles in the future, and Tesla could be the company that sells most of these cars. I mean, just look at the high demand for Tesla cars already. They definitely could be the main car company selling electric vehicles in the future when the world adopts electric vehicles. And, even on top of this, it looks like they've already produced the whole autonomy driving thing, which is going to change the game up everywhere. You know, it could literally take out Uber and Lyft, take them out of business, because Tesla can produce self-driving vehicles and make the same service for so much cheaper. So let me try some things up very, very simply, okay? Tesla stock do have a lot of potential in the future. However, at least in the short term, they are yet to show that they can produce solid, reliable figures, and this is why, at least in the short term, they could crash by a lot. That's just the truth of the matter. And okay, I'm gonna be honest, I do own Tesla stock, if you've seen my previous videos, because I see a lot of potential in it. And even despite these negative reasons, yes, I'm still a Tesla shareholder. I'll make another video on it. Why, despite these negative reasons that I've just talked about in this video, I still own the stock. But, even if you are a shareholder, this is what you should be doing. You should be willing to look at both the positives and the negatives. Most people will either completely be negative or completely positive. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to be honest, so that's why I made a video like this. I'm trying to tell everyone that yes, there are negatives about Tesla. And I know I'll probably get heaps of hate for it, but the full picture is that Tesla stock could crash or it could shoot up like a rocket. It's got two things that could happen to it. Which one will it be? Let's wait and see. I still personally own Tesla stock.